Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to teach you styles of leadership. The targeted learning objectives are, after watching this video, you will be able to understand one very important style of leadership, that is the autocratic leadership, its advantages, disadvantages, and suitability. Managers are the leaders in an organization. They have to get the work done through others in such a manner that the goals are achieved effectively and efficiently. And for this purpose, they apply various styles of leadership. Let's discuss the meaning of styles of leadership. Leadership styles refers to the various approaches undertaken by the management for motivating their subordinates while trying to achieve a common goal. The implicit and explicit actions taken by the leader draws an idea from the various forms of styles of leadership. Leadership style is the result of leaders' philosophy, personality, experience, and value system. Leadership style is dependent upon the type of followers. Yes, it is very much important that which style a leader has to pick will depend upon the type of followers he has and the atmosphere prevailing in his or her company. Various leadership styles are there, such as number 1, autocratic leadership, number 2, participative or democratic leadership, number 3 is the free rein, also known as the laissez-faire leadership. A leader may use all type of leadership at different periods of time, but one style tends to predominate his or her personality. So on the basis of how leaders uses their powers, leadership styles can be classified into 3 broad categories, that is autocratic leadership, also known as authoritative leadership. Then second is the consultative leadership, also known as the democratic leadership. And the third one is the free rein leadership, also known as the laissez-faire leadership. So 3 main important styles of leadership are there. So a manager will apply these different styles under different situations and with different type of persons he is dealing with. Let's discuss our today's topic, that is the autocratic leadership style. Autocratic leadership style, its meaning is when the authority and decision-making power are concentrated on the leader, is known as autocratic leadership style. One very important thing is that all the decision-making power and the authority is only in the hands of the manager. Managers are the leaders. So there is no question of participation by subordinates in the decision-making process. The leader takes the full authority and assumes the full responsibility. So this is the diagram showing the autocratic leadership style. Leader is there, then there are different members. So all instructions are given by the leader to the members. Members are not consulted at all for making any type of decisions. So this diagram also shows the autocratic leadership style. Leader is there, under whom works different followers. So all instructions are given to the followers and it is only a one-way communication. So one-way communication is there in the autocratic leadership style. It is not two-way. I am in control, says the subordinate under the autocratic leadership style. Oh, you are not supposed to give me any suggestions, says the managers. Planning, policies, and other working procedures are predetermined by the leader alone. They convey the information about what to do and how to do. He never takes any advice and suggestions of other people, as we just saw in the picture. He gives reward and puts penalty to direct the subordinates. All command, all instruction given to the subordinate by the managers only. So they are simply the followers, not allowed to give any suggestions. They are supposed to do whatever instructions are given by the managers. They structure the entire work situation in their own way and expect the workers to follow their orders. So, workers are simply their followers who are simply following whatever instructions are given to them and tolerate no deviation from their orders. Yes, their attitude is such kind of that tolerance is not acceptable to them. So, they do not tolerate any deviation from their orders. The leader who believes and exercises the autocratic leadership style is known as the autocratic leader. Unless it comes from me, the opinion is irrelevant, says the leader who follows the autocratic leadership style. There are certain advantages of autocratic leadership style. Now, what are these? Number one is quick decision making. Yes, under autocratic leadership style, no time is wasted on the consultation process. A leader, a manager never consults his subordinates. So decision making process is very quick. Second is provides a strong motivation and satisfaction to the leader who dictates the terms. So it becomes a strong motivational factor for the leader only. Who are the leader? Leaders are the managers in an organization. So they get motivation because they have all the authority in their hands. Third one is less competent subordinates are needed at the lower level. Fourth one is offers a clear chain of command or oversight. Everything is very much clear. Every subordinate knows who the boss is. So the clear chain of command is there. Works well where strong directive leadership is needed. So this style is very much important in which work circumstances where the directive leadership is needed. Strong directive leadership is needed. So under that circumstances, autocratic style of leadership is followed by the managers. Certain disadvantages are also there. What are these? Leads to frustration and low morale among the subordinates. Subordinates feel very low because they are not consulted at all. Manager, just you can see in this picture also, is making all the decisions imposed on them. They feel very frustrated because their opinions are never considered by the managers, which as a result lowers their morale level. Second is initiative level of subordinates goes down because they are never allowed to give any of their opinions, so they hesitate to initiate. So initiation level of the initiative level of subordinates goes down in such style of leadership. Potential and creativity of subordinates are not utilized. Subordinates may be having so much of potential and creativity, but a superior, a manager, a leader never recognizes that. He never gives them the freedom of showing their potential and creativity. As a result, their potential is underutilized, or you can say never utilized. Next is no development of subordinates take place. how will they develop? They are not given the opportunity of sharing their opinions, showing their potential and creativity. They are never consulted. So as a result, their development never takes place. There are certain things which are good of autocratic leadership, certain things which are bad. So, what is the suitability of this style of leadership? Let's discuss that. Subordinates are uneducated, unskilled, lack of knowledge and experience on the part of subordinates. If this is the circumstances, this is the situation, then a leader must follow which style of leadership? Autocratic style of leadership. Because how can he consult a subordinate who is unskilled, uneducated, lacking the knowledge and experience? So he has to guide them. He has to take all the decisions. So if this is the situation, the only choice left with the manager is the autocratic style of leadership. Second is, company follows fear and punishment disciplinary technique. If a company is having this approach of fear and punishment disciplinary technique, then this approach of this style of leadership of what autocratic style of leadership is suitable for those type of companies where fear and punishment disciplinary technique is followed. So not for all type of companies. Third is, leader prefers to be dominant in decision making. So when the approach of the leader is, the behavior or the attitude of the leader is such of a kind that he wants to be in a dominant position, so he will definitely prefer the autocratic style of leadership. Nowadays, this style is less desirable. Why? Why employees are not favoring this style of leadership? They are not accepting the managers who are showing the autocratic style of leadership, because nowadays employees are becoming more educated and well organized. Example is the Adolf Hitler. You must have heard his name. He discouraged his cabinet to meet independently. He expected absolute obedience from his cabinet members. So, which approach was followed by Adolf Hitler? Yes, he follows the autocratic leadership style. And he was criticized throughout the history for following this style of leadership. And this style led the country into economic and political turmoil. So what is the conclusion? Should a leader follow this style of leadership or not? Let's discuss the conclusion. The autocratic style can be beneficial in some settings, but also has its pitfalls, as we discussed in the disadvantages section, and is not appropriate for every setting and with every group. So what should a leader do? A leader should judiciously decide when, where, and with whom this style of leadership is to be used. I hope this topic is very much clear to you. Thanks for watching.